Welcome back to The Way of Chi. I'm Derrick Sue, your Chi master and your mentor on and your guide on your travels and journey through Chi. And today is the last installment of this series. And the reason why it's the last series is if you have attained this third dimensional level, you are in contact with the higher power of the universe. And the higher power shall lead you and guide you through the next two phases, because all this is on the next phases is learning about your power, expanding your power, learning how to actually move something without touching it. And that's the fourth dimension. And the fourth dimension, it's really up to you. It's your power that you have to harness. And it reminds me of a show that I was watching at the time, back in the late 70s, going into the early 80s. And it was a show called Greatest American Hero. And they had encountered a UFO and got this special suit with special powers that essentially is just like having full chi power. But the thing is, when our character, he lost the instructions on how to control his suit. And so this is the same thing. And this is, imagine having that suit and not the instructions, but you're able to do everything. You're able to become invisible. You're able to fly and move. You're able to move things. You're able to see things into the future or even in the past. A lot of what that show was based on is a lot of what I was going through at the time. And the reason why I say the universe starts taking over, because the universe, the high power of the universe, if you're properly trained, you have the right morals and ethics that you've learned along the way, you'll be in good company. But if you are that of a Darth Vader, because even Darth Vader, the enemies in this, realize that there is a universal higher power. And I refer to that because atheists and agnostics are usually dropped out at this time because they cannot reconcile what's going on. And they have an extremely difficult time reconciling a higher power, being submissive to a higher power. But also with this higher power, you start learning things that you're fearful of as a mortal here on earth. And so a lot of you realize or have noticed that I have no fear of dying or being hurt. That's because I know what lies ahead. I've seen my future. I don't know how my end is going to come about, or what's going to happen in those final days, weeks, or even a month. I don't know, because even though I have the ability to look into the future, I can see a lot of things. The problem, or what the universe has done, is that you can view it, but it's erased from your memory once that viewing has subsided. And so this is a very interesting time, because you're learning how to move objects. That's the next step, the fourth dimension, moving objects. And force, or not forcing, but having the universe do your will, meaning that you can move objects, You can pick up objects without touching it. You can, as an example, in 2018, one of my encounters with a violent person, I had the upper hand, but I wanted to end this very quickly, and he was getting back to his feet. And so what I did, I concentrated very hard, and I saw an object, a very solid object that I wanted. In this case, it was the fire extinguisher, and it weighed about 10 pounds. Only thing is, it wasn't within reach. And so I had to use my concentration very substantially to move that object, to make that fire extinguisher move from where it was out of place, and then it moved into my hand, where I used it as a weapon to knock this person unconscious. And so moving items through telepathy is possible and is very real, because I've done it many times. Like I said, I simply moved a nearly 10-pound fire extinguisher, which was out of reach by 2 feet. And it suddenly was in my hand with my thoughts. That's the fourth dimension. And so a lot of things you're going to be able to start doing. You're also going in the fourth dimension. You'll be able to not only read their minds, but also control thought. Imagine having the ability to control thought. I have that ability. It's an ability that you cannot abuse, because it is that powerful and it is that influential. There are many times where I've been in situations and had to de-escalate. And those are times that when things get really difficult and the negotiations aren't going well, this is the time where I start using my telepathy to work on the other person's mind, their thought patterns, in trying to influence them without my personal words, but through telepathy, and letting their brain central know what needs to be done. And it may run highly conflict to what their current thoughts are. So the fourth dimension is a very powerful, I mean, extremely powerful level once you've achieved that. And it's a level where the supervision and the guidance comes from the all-powerful of the universe. And again, like I said, those that are agnostics, you're not going to get past the third level. If you even make it to the third level, you may only achieve the second dimension, and you may touch on certain areas of the third dimension, but then you would be in conflict with your morals and ethics, which the universe seeks. And without the morals and ethics, the universe will not lead you forward into the fourth and fifth dimension. The fifth dimension is the all-powerful. And once you've reached the fifth dimension, like I have, you are in contact with the higher powers that be of the universe. And they guide you, they talk to you, they influence you. And so the fifth dimension is extremely powerful. And it is a power beyond what us here on Earth can truly fathom. The depth and the extreme power that there is. But we see evidence of this all around us on a daily basis sometimes. Things that occur that we call supernatural. That's what this is. And those that are able to harness that supernatural are truly the ones that can influence this earth. And so we're coming to final minutes here. And I wish you a lot of luck on this and a smooth path. But your path forward, moving through the third dimension into the fourth dimension, is not a smooth path. Sometimes the path can narrow drastically where it's highly focused. And then there are going to be times when it's wide open and you're confused. This is where your morals and ethics and your teachings up to the third level come into play and keep you out of trouble and keep you from becoming a Darth Vader. Because even the higher powers know that evil exists and evil will abuse the power. Thanks for joining me. I wish you a lot of luck. Feel free to comment and get in touch with me if you are having some challenges, and discuss that. We can discuss it and see how we can move forward. Thanks for joining me today. We'll be right back.